Good morning, everyone. I wanted to take this time today to talk to you about the application process for the new school year coming up, specifically the first 9 weeks of the 2021 school year. So I do have a script. Bear with me. I'm not great at reading from scripts, and there's a lot of information I want to give you. I'm going to try to give it to you as fast as possible. So first thing that we do know, the schools have elected to go with the hybrid learning, which means 2 days in school, 3 days out of school, virtual learning on those 3 days out of school. And what we do know is that they're going to do basically a normal school day. You log in, you have 30 minutes with your teacher virtually, and then 30 minutes of work time, and then 30 minutes with your teacher, 30 minutes work time. That's what it looks like it's going to be. We will be set up for that. Today at 12 p.m., which is, I'm looking at the clock now, an hour and a half from now, we will open up the application process. You're going to get a link through email and through text that will take you to that application. All you do is click on that link, and at 12 o'clock we'll start that registration process for those applications. Applications are going to be evaluated so that we can determine how much space is available, and that's going to be based on full-time spots will be filled first, and first come, first serve. So those two factors are very important. The faster you get the application in, the higher on the queue list that you will be for a spot, and full-time will be considered first. Full-time meaning either if you choose to do virtual only, which evidently is an option, you could be here, your child could be here all day, every day, or full-time would be 2 days at the school systems where we do before and after pickup for you, and then here 3 days all day. Application page will include pretty much any option that you need. You can pick and choose. You don't have to pick full-time. That's just going to be the first ones taken, but you don't have to pick full-time. There's a lot of options on there, and if you have questions, you can always call us as well. We'll be available all day for answering those questions. The school board said that they're going to give families until August the 4th to let them know whether they are doing full virtual or hybrid. So that means they're going to still wait till August the 4th to make a determination on how many kids are there and then what group they're going to put them in. So once they have those numbers, they're going to send out group assignments, and from what I understand, it's like group AA and group BB, and they're there on different days. Let's see here. So we understand the school system has taken a long time to come to this decision, and you know, we're all in this together. I have children in the school system also. That being said, we also know that time is short. We're going to do our best to, as soon as they assign those groups, we're going to need that information from you so that we can then turn around, look at the numbers for the groups, and determine if we have, you know, for instance, if we have 60 children in group A, some are not going to be able to be here because we don't have space for 60 children a day in this environment. Once the groups AA and BB are released, you'll notify us, and the way we're going to do that is we're again going to send out a quick link for you guys. All you're going to do is go to the link and click A or B and put the child's name. That'll be easy for you, easy for us, because it comes to us immediately. Once we do that, then we'll determine if we have room. Another option or another determining factor there is Wednesdays are going to be virtual days for both groups. So AA and BB will all be here on a Wednesday, which means we could be full to capacity. I expect we will be, and we may be over full to capacity. We feel confident that we'll have room for most, however. And so that being said, I think that we'll be able to accommodate everybody because K through 3 is going to be at school every day. So it's really the 4th through 6th, and some of you have 7th graders already that are in the program. They comprise maybe half of our students. So I think we're going to be fine on that. It will be tricky. I'm probably getting ahead of myself on my notes, but it will be tricky the first 3 weeks because the K through 3 will be here as well during those days. But we can push through those 3 weeks in order to have a great rest of that 9-week period. And judging by the way everything else is going, this could be the model for the rest of the school year, to be honest. Again, applications, get them turned in as fast as you can. 12 p.m. today, they open. When you go to the application page, you're going to see multiple options for your needs. Just click on your needs, like I said before, and then once you do that and all of this process is done, then we will provide the pricing. And I know that sounds backwards. You're not agreeing to anything in the beginning. You're just telling us you need a spot. We are going to base pricing based on the count of children we have and what our staff needs are going to be. That's important. I cannot guess on that, because then I could guess, but that makes the price really high to try to cover everything. And I want to try to keep this price as low as possible. So it looks like probably on the 4th, the school will have information. So I'm hoping by the 5th or the 6th of August, we'll have we'll have processed everything and know who's going to be in the program. During the day, we're going to have qualified teachers on staff. I do a lot of things well, but teaching school stuff is not really my forte. So I'll be around, but I'm going to have qualified teachers that have taught before in working with the children during the day. Each child will have their own cubicle style workstation for the duration of the school day in order to prevent distraction and cut down on the sound. So they will have a little barrier wall around them that they can get into, especially when they're watching those videos of or watching their teacher for the first 30 minutes. They're going to need to be able to listen. Each child will have to come prepared each day with a backpack containing supplies for school. That kind of goes back to what I was just saying, because they're going to need earbuds. And we're going to send out a list of everything that they need. But an example would be pencils, papers, their assignments for the day that you know of, noise canceling headphones. I'm not going to say they're a must, but I would suggest spend the money, get them noise canceling headphones. Really, the ones that they put on their ear are going to be the best, because they're not going to hear anybody but their teacher. But earbuds are fine too if that's what you want to use. We will have power supplies at each desk. We are already in the process of making sure that we have enough internet to provide that kind of power for all of the children. I don't think that's going to be an issue either. So we'll have that taken care of as well. Our school days will follow the recommended school days set forth by the school board, so that each child can interact virtually with their teacher during each class, kind of like I talked about before. So we'll be set up for that, for them to follow along, and we'll have breaks in between class, we'll have lunchtime, that kind of thing. Our goal is to basically between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. to have that school time. If we finish early and that's the way the school looks during a virtual day, then even better. The application page is very important to us, and to be fair to all students, please choose what you will need. Full-time spots will be taken first. I've already said that. If your child does not need full-time and you choose full-time, in order to secure a spot, your billing is going to reflect the full-time rate. So in other words, if you say full-time and then we send the letter of acceptance to you that says your child is in the program, and then you say, well, I signed up full-time, but really what I need is whatever, that does change things for us. So when you fill out the application, fill out with what you're going to be doing, because that's what your agreement is going to say. Okay. If during the first 9 weeks there are any changes in the schooling days, we may have to make changes to our agreement. I think that is kind of self-explanatory and obvious, but in other words, we're going to be filling our school here to capacity in order to try to give everybody a spot. But that's based on K through 3 being in the public school all day and not in our facility during school time. Before and after school program honestly won't be an issue, because we are not trying to do schooling during that time. So we can have 65 kids because we're going to be doing classes, rotation, the same thing we do in the normal after school program. That's not my concern. It's the workstation spacing will be more of a concern to us. So if, let's say for instance, the governor changes something and all of a sudden the K through 3 has to be here all day, we will have to go back through this process again, and if we do not have room, we'll have to possibly cancel some agreements due to overspacing, overcrowding. That will still go back to what's happening today, which is who logged in first, who got their agreement in first, and who took full time first. I hope and I pray that we don't have to do that, but again, I think we'll be okay. If we have to, just so you know, I am meeting with the owner of the building next to us today to look at some spaces over there that are for rent. We may have those as a backup plan in case we are overcrowded, where we could put a teacher over there and set up some tenant spaces as classrooms. So again, we're doing everything we can to accommodate all of you, and we know that everybody needs spacing, and we know that everybody's going to have kind of be scrambling because, like I said, we only have just over 3 weeks now before school year starts. Once your agreement's finalized, the only changes that will be able to be made will be to add more time if space is available. For instance, you sign up to only be here during the virtual school days, and later on you want to add 2 days before and after school. That's not a problem. But if you choose, let's say, for before and after school only, and you're accepted, and then later want to add full days, there may not be space available. So again, if you think that could happen, I would advise do full time. Agreements will be binding for the first 9 weeks to give everyone the absolute best price. We have to determine the needs for our staff and resources based on registration. So if a family decides to pull a child from the program, that could affect pricing for everybody because we're trying to run it to the limit. So we're trying to save as much money as possible for you guys. I don't want to be over-resourced because people, for whatever reason, back out of the program. So the contract will be binding for the first 9 weeks. At the end of the first 9 weeks, we'll reevaluate, and if nothing has changed, you'll still be locked in. Everything will keep going for the next 9 weeks. We're excited. I want to finish up with, we are excited to be able to help to give your children a great environment to be able to thrive in during this time. Social interaction obviously is extremely important. We saw what happened in the spring. I saw weight gain in children. I had talked to parents, aggravated issues with trying to get your job done and trying to teach your child. We're really devoted to trying to change that for you for this school year and give your child a better option. So our aim is to give them a great school year with their friends, learning, a safe environment, and like I said, I think all of you know me by now. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that we have space available, and if I have to, I'll rent a space next door and add extra staff over there. So I'm blessed to have all of your families with us, and I hope that you sign up. I hope that this is a great school year, and I hope at the end of 9 weeks we all go back to school. I really do. So any questions, give us a call. Look for that link. It's going to be coming up soon, and this will be open to the public, so it will fill up, but you get first choice. If you've been my student, if you're currently a student, if you were in the after school program, if you're in the summer camp program, you do get first choice, so no fear there. But understand, you're going to probably see advertisement for this on like Facebook because again, we want to be able to give as many children the opportunity to have this as we can. That's important to the whole community. So have a blessed day. We will see everybody this evening. Probably we'll see some of you at pickup. And again, if you have any questions, just give us a call. And thank you. Bye.